everyone. Today we are at the end of our first unit. In today's session we will see the points data integrity and architecture of database. Let's start with the data integrity. What is data integrity? The term data integrity refers to the accuracy and consistency of data. Data integrity can be maintained through the use of various error checking methods and validation procedures. When creating database, attention needs to be given to data integrity and how to maintain it. A good database will enforce data integrity whenever possible. For example, a user could accidentally try to enter a phone number into a date field. There is a date field and you are going to enter a phone number into that field. If the system enforces data integrity, it will prevent the user from making these mistakes. Maintaining data integrity means making sure the data remains intact and unchanged throughout its entire life cycle. This includes the capture of the data, storage, updates, transfers, backups, and so on. Every time data is processed, there is a risk that it could get corrupted or and so on. In short, you can say the concept of data integrity ensures that all data in database can be traced and connected to other data. This ensures that everything is recoverable and searchable. Having a single, well-defined and well-controlled data integrity system increases stability, performance, reusability, and maintainability. If one of these features cannot be implemented in the database, it must be implemented through the software. Data integrity ensures that everything is recoverable and searchable. There are some risks regarding to the data integrity, like a user tries to enter a date outside an acceptable range. A user tries to enter a phone number in the wrong format. A bug is an application attempts to delete the wrong record. While transferring data between two databases, the developer accidentally tries to insert the data into the wrong table. While transferring data between two databases, the network went down. Next one is a user tries to delete a record in a table, but another table is referencing that record as a part of relationship. Next one is a user tries to update a primary key value when there is already a foreign key in a related table pointing to that value. Again, a hacker manages to steal all user passwords from the database. These are some examples of where data integrity is at risk. In simple words, you remember always that data integrity refers to the accuracy and consistency of data. It is applicable in your short small micro projects also. In micro projects you are preparing one of the softwares where you have to give data integrity. You must apply data integrity concept on that software. And here we start with our last point, architecture of database. Database architecture will help us understand the components of database system and the relations among them. The database management system design depends upon its architecture. The basic client or server architecture is used to deal with a large number of PCs, web servers, database servers, and other components that are connected with networks. The client or server architecture consists of many PCs and workstations which are connected via the network. Database architecture depends upon how users are connected to the database to get their request done. Database architecture is again divided into three types. First one is single tier architecture, also called as one tier. Second one is two tier architecture, and last one is three tier architecture. Here focus on one thing: database architecture can be seen as a single tier or multi-tier, but logically database architecture is of two types, like two tier architecture and three tier architecture. Now we will see single tier architecture, that is also called as a one tier architecture. In this architecture, the database is directly available to the user. It means user can directly sit on the database management system and uses it. Any changes done here will directly be done on the database itself. It doesn't provide a handy tool for end users. The single tier architecture is used for development of the local application where programmers can directly communicate with the database for the quick response. In short, you can say it is the simplest form of database architecture where the client, server and database all reside on the same machine. Anytime you install a database in your system and access it to practice SQL queries, it is one tier architecture, but such architecture is rarely used in production. Single tier architecture also exists. This is when the database is directly available to the user for using it to store data. Generally, such a setup is used for local application development where programmers communicate directly with the database for quick response. Also you can say that in this type of architecture, the database is readily available on the client machine. Any request made by client does not require a network connection to perform the action on the database. For example, let's say you want to fetch the records of employee from the database and the database is available on your computer system. So the request to fetch employees details will be done by your computer and the records will be fetched from the database by your computer as well. This type of system is generally referred as a local database system. This is all about single tier architecture. Next one is two tier architecture. The two tier architecture is same as a basic client server. In two tier architecture, applications on the client end can directly communicate with the database at the server side. For this interaction, APIs like ODBC, JDBC are used. The user interfaces and application programs are run on the client side. Next one is about the server side is responsible to provide the functionalities like query processing and transaction management. To communicate with the database management system, client-side application establishes a connection with the server side. Also, it is an two-tier architecture is an extension. This is all about the two-tier architecture. And the last type is three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture is extension of two-tier architecture. Has different layers: presentation layer, application layer, database, server. This database architecture contains an application layer between the user and the database management system, which is responsible for communicating the user's request to the database management system and send the response from the database management system to the user. The application layer, that is business logic layer, also process functional logic, constraint and rules before passing data to the user or down the database management system. Three-tier architecture is the most popular database architecture. There are different goals of three-tier architecture, like to separate the user application and physical database. Second, proposed to support database management system characteristics. Next, program data independence. And the last goal is support of multiple views of the data. The example of three-tier architecture is any large website on the internet is considered as a three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture contains another layer between the client and server. In this architecture, client can't directly communicate with the server. The application on the client end interacts with the application server, which further communicates with the database system. End user has no idea about the existence of database beyond the application server. The database also has no idea about any other user beyond the application. And in three-tier architecture, it is mostly used architecture in the database management system. Here I summarize these three types of architectures of database, like database management system architecture. For what purpose it is used? It helps to design, development, implementation and maintenance of database. The simplest of database architecture are one tier where the client, server and database all reside on the same machine. The second one is two-tier architecture, is a database architecture where presentation layer runs on a client and data is stored on a server. And in last type of architecture, that is three-tier architecture, is consists of the presentation layer, that is it includes PC, tablet, mobile, the application layer which is called as a server, and database server. This is all about the summary of these three types of architectures. Here our first unit completes successfully. As I said, unit outcomes, after completing this unit you will be able to do the following things, like first unit outcome is distinguish the data and information based on their characteristics in the given content. I think you all are able to distinguish the data and information. The second outcome is you all are able to identify database components for the given database application. You all know that different components like software, hardware, people, application and so on. The third one is differentiate the features on the given database with examples. I'm damn sure you all are able to differentiate the features of the given database with examples. And next outcome is explain three-level architecture of database for the given application system. Before few seconds you learned about the architecture of database. So again I give the surety that fourth outcome will be achieved by you all. In this way we successfully completed our first unit with the regarding unit outcomes. Thank you so much. Have a great day.